Salutations, everybody! Welcome to my new Let's Play of Metroid Prime for the Nintendo GameCube. However, I am using the Nintendo Wii version with the entire trilogy, as you saw in the very beginning there. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing through Metroid Prime. I'm gonna try anyway. I know I have a habit of starting something and then not continuing it. Because I want to play more games, dude. Like, I'm in the mood to play video games, and then I'm not in the mood to play a certain game, but whatever. Excuses. Yeah, so I am a huge fan of the Metroid series. Well, at least of the first two games. The reason I say that is because at the point of recording this, I have not played the third game at all. So I've only seen a playthrough of it, but I've played the first two games. 100% of them won each, so yeah. But I by far have the most experience with Metroid Prime 1 here. But you may be asking, well, why am I playing this on the trilogy version? It's just the wrong word there. Trilogy version. Well, the reason I am doing that is because, well, this is actually going to be my first time playing through the trilogy version. Yeah, I've never actually played Metroid Prime 1 via this method. I've only ever played it... I played it to death on GameCube. I 100%ed it at least like 3 times and played through the game casually like a lot more times. And I've also played on the Nintendo Switch remaster version, one casual and one 100% run through. But I have yet... Oh, wow, I'm just going backwards. Wow. Jeez. But yeah, I've yet to try this version. And also, the other reason I'm doing this version specifically is because I was in game hunting the other day, and I just so happened to find a copy of Metroid Prime Trilogy in the Steelbook. It doesn't have the little like Wii flap on the outside, but it has the Steelbook, it has the manual, it has the cover art. It has like this little cool poster thing. So I figured, yeah, it's like 120, 130 bucks, but you know, it's 3 games, 2 very good video games, and one I haven't even played. And also the third and probably the most relevant reason is that Metroid Prime 4 was announced. Yeah, if you guys saw the Nintendo Direct back in the beginning of June, that is not a required one. Yeah, hopefully, we're gonna get Metroid Prime 4 in sometime in 2025. Yeah, even when we get a release year, we still don't get a date, but hey, we're so close, people. We are very, very close. And I'm gonna take this time to replay 1 and 2 because I mean, at least for 1, it hasn't been that long since I've replayed it, but 2, I have not replayed it since forever ago. So I'm excited to do that one again as well. But yeah, this is, like I said, Metroid Prime. This was a whole update to the whole Metroid formula that we first saw on the NES. Technically speaking, I was supposed to do Metroid 2 next, just because that's the next game in like the release order. But I have no way to record any handheld games, and I do not have any legacy. I do not have any legacy downloads for Metroid 2: Return of Samus. So I'm kind of screwed if I want to do that game in particular. And I didn't want to really skip right to Super Metroid, even though it's an amazing game and you should totally play it. Recording to logbook. But yeah, so I don't have any way to record handheld games at the moment. I will try to get to record at least the Game Boy version of Metroid 2. And I'll eventually get to the other classic Metroid games as well. Because that is definitely something I want to do, because I'm a big fan of this series. Like, it's a close second to Super Mario in my eyes, at least for me. And yeah, it's a really fun and interesting series. I really feel like it's gotten the love it deserves for sure, but like I said, it's not as revered as, like, say, Super Mario or Legend of Zelda. Oh shoot! Ah. Stupid camera thing. But yeah, so many reasons why I'm doing this game, and plus, if you really want to get technical, technically, after Metroid 1 on NES, in the Metroid timeline, it comes the entire trilogy of Prime series. So, I may not be doing them in release order, but I am definitely doing them in timeline order, so we can go with that. But I'm gonna stop being actually just say, like I said, the real reason I'm not doing Metroid 2 next is because I have no way to record handheld games. Alright, here we go. So Metroid Prime, as you might have seen, this entire like gameplay loop thing is a whole lot different than how 2D classic Metroid played. You're no longer in a 2D plane. You're no longer controlling Samus from the outside. You are instead going through Samus's point of view. This is a first-person game, which at the time of release, or at the time of announcement, I should say, scared a lot of people, thinking this whole new direction was going to ruin the Metroid series. But it ended up being like one of the greatest games in the entire series. I'd argue it ranks up there for me with the likes of Super Metroid and Metroid Zero Mission. It's a really good game, at least this first game. I do like Prime 2 a lot as well, but I feel like Prime 1 handles it the best, Metroid, but in 3D. And with all that talking out of the way, we're going to actually come to our first boss. So here we have the Parasite Queen. We're gonna want to scan this Parasite Queen here real quick. And I'm going to read this out because it's a boss. Parasite Queen, parasite female, genetically enhanced by unknown means. A weak spot has been detected in this creature's mouth. Use your auto-targeting to acquire this new target. Scans indicate the presence of a potent mutagen, origins unknown. Creature exhibits the ability to fire weapon-grade blast of energy from its mouth, a trait not present in the standard parasite genome. It appears that the pirates have begun a bioengineering program with considerable results. So, basically, fire breath bad. This boss is pretty pathetically easy. All you really want to do is, like it said, just aim for it. You don't even have to aim for the mouth, specifically. You just have to aim for it at all, and hitting it with a missile does a considerable amount of damage. I'm sure aiming in the mouth will actually deal more if you try for that, but you could see that I'm getting its health really low, even when just shooting it randomly. And you can see that its blast didn't really do that much damage. I got hit like 3 separate times, and I'm only down to 97 out of 100 or out of 99 health. So yeah, very easy boss. Nothing to worry about.
Evacuate immediately. Evacuate immediately. Evacuate immediately.
So there's a staple of the Metroid series. We have to evacuate. Yeah, so this place is going to explode. We must escape with Samus in tow. I'm just going to scan this here. This is a new mechanic exclusive to the Prime series, which is scanning. You look around for things. If you see like a little orange blob or red blob, you hold L on it and then you will scan it. It will give you more information, or it will activate stuff like this here. We'll actually deactivate those turrets that were shooting at us earlier, so we don't have to deal with them. And then you can also scan in enemies and pickups like that. Now, if you want to get 100%, which is what I'm going to attempt to do, I can't promise you that I will, because I might forget a scan or something here or there. You do have to collect every single scan of every single enemy, every single item pickup, and some other things we're going to get into that we need to scan for 100% later down the line, which, not all, but a lot of them are only have one chance to be picked up. If you do not scan them the one shot that they give you whenever they first appear, then you are locked out of getting 100%, which is one of my gripes with this game. Because, at least not with the main 2D series, you were never locked out of 100% if you missed something. You could always backtrack to get it. However, in this game, there are certain instances, however few, that if you do miss something, you might not be able to get it again later on. And that kind of stings, but like I said, that's only if you want to go for 100%, which most of the time, I just go for casual playthrough, but I'm going to attempt to get 100% in this game. And yeah, there's those parasites. I love the details that, because of the new first-person camera, you now get to see a lot of what Samus sees. Like, for example, whenever she gets hit by a parasite, her visor gets all covered up in goop and stuff like that. And then when there's like smoke coming out of a vent or something, you get to see like the fog covering up her visor. It's a really cool detail that you don't really get to see in the original 2D series, because you were always like a camera outside of Samus, but now you are Samus in this game. To me, there's not one definitive either 2D or 3D Metroid. Like, for example, for Mario, I'd say the same thing. I like both 2D and 3D games equally. Zelda is really the only series where I would have a preference as opposed to 2D or 3D, and that's 2D. I will always love top-down Zelda more than 3D Zelda. Anyways. Oh, we'll meet up with him later, don't you worry. Anyways, we're going to grapple hook right across here. Which, enjoy that while that lasts, because if you know anything about this game, we are not going to see that move for quite a while now. So yeah, now we've disactivated that camera. Okay, let's see. And then we're going to scan this. And unfortunately, because we stayed there scanning that for quite a while, we're knocked against the wall, and for some reason, not the laser blast from the Parasite Queen, not the electricity coming out of the crashing frigate, not the shots from the space pirates, but knocking against a wall is how we lose all of our power-ups. Yeah, so now, as you saw there, we no longer have Morph Ball. If we try to press C on the nunchuck, we can't turn into Morph Ball anymore. We don't have the Charge Beam. I'm holding A, can't charge. We don't have missiles, and we don't have our stronger suit, the various suits, so now our defenses are lowered as well. But none of that matters as we escaped with by the skin of our teeth. I love the music in this game. And now we must give chase! Activate hyperdrive! Pew. Do you want to save? No, because I'm in the middle of recording. Alright, and we landed on the planet that this game takes place, Talon 4. And next time on Metroid Prime, we're going to keep exploring to see what we can find here. See you guys next time.